What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Christian Hanna Horror here today, and today we're going to be looking at something I used to do a lot of these, and I'm bringing them back. They're old school videos of mine. Arrow Video's special edition Blu-ray release of The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. Now, I don't know if I've ever talked about this much, but one of my favorite movies from the 70s is The Hills Have Eyes. I just think it's an all-time classic. You know, when people talk about Rob Zombie pulling a lot from Texas Chainsaw Massacre for his movies, for all that nasty, just gore and creepy looking people, I always say, well, what about The Hills Have Eyes? I really feel that he really pulled from that movie. So today we're going to be looking at The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, but I also want to show, you know, Arrow Video has been very good to The Hills Have Eyes. First, here is the steelbook from The Hills Have Eyes that I got, and this is going to be the sister release to The Hills Have Eyes 2. This is the special bulky edition of The Hills Have Eyes as well. So without further ado, let's get started. I haven't looked, but I've opened up the package. So here it is, shrink wrapped and everything. The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. Arrow is my favorite company for special edition movies because there's a formalness to their releases that I just really like. It's hard to put into words. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to live in a world without Scream Factory, but I really wouldn't want to live in a world without Arrow. So they did add this back card that comes off. You know, I doubt I'll keep that. So here's the initial look at the release, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. Gorgeous artwork. They do such a great job. Now, I've seen The Hills Have Eyes Part 2 many years ago, probably 2006 or 7, and I didn't remember it being the worst thing in the world. Obviously, it's not the masterpiece the first one is, but it was not bad. If you want to know the story, I'm going to show you guys the contents. We'll look at the poster. I'm going to tell you a story. Wes Craven really wanted to get this Nightmare on Elm Street idea he had off the ground. And in the meantime, he was having to do some work to pay the bills. So he reluctantly agreed to do this movie because he needed the money and he needed to work. So naturally, he agreed to do The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. But I have it on good authority from some horror friends of mine that this movie actually has that charm to it, that old school charm to it. Look at that, on the backside you actually get the classic poster art. That's just lovely. So The Hills Have Eyes does come with the original poster. You've also got the Blu-ray contents, and then you've got the booklet. Now the booklets are great because they always show making ofs. We'll look at a few pages in here. They talk about the movie, behind the scenes. You know, people say Wes phoned this movie in, and I don't like to think that he did. I like to think he did what he had to do, but Wes is such a you know, just a good director that I don't think he phoned it in. You know, I don't really know how to put it into words. I just think he did what he had to do, but he still did a good job. It's not like he just didn't care, you know. But I understand that he wanted to get his movie off the ground, so for Nightmare on Elm Street. So the booklets are always great. And as always, we'll look at the Blu-ray, and I'll tell you guys about the contents on the back. So inside, there's a lot of things. Let me pull all of this out. So we get this original like movie card, and then there's artwork on the back of that. Wow, guys, that is incredible. It's like a press photo. You know, I always say, you know, Scream Factory, watch out, because Arrow Video is doing it right. I'd rather have a company give me fewer quality releases, not in terms of movies, in terms of just going this extra mile. Guys, look at all this. Now, I believe, yeah, the gentleman from The New Blood was in this movie. And I think Kane Hodder's involved in this movie. I think he does the stunts, because there's a running joke in the special features of The New Blood about that cast. So, which that name rings a strong bell. Okay, so, you know, we just get the Blu-ray in here, and you do get the reverse artwork, as always, so if you want to swap out the artwork. But I really like what they did, so I'll probably keep it for now. But let's tell you guys about what's special about this release. We'll tell you about the special features. So, brand new 2K restoration from original film elements, high definition Blu-ray presentation, original uncompressed mono audio, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. I like how they put that. Okay, here we go. Brand new audio commentary with The Hysteria Continues, Blood, Sand, and Fire, The Making of The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, making of documentary featuring interviews with producers Peter Locke, Actors Michael Berryman and James Blythe and Janice Blythe. Production designer Dominique Bruno. Composer Harry Manfredini. And unit production manager, first assistant director John Callis. Still gallery, original theatrical trailer, reversible sleeve. Let's see, limited 40-page booklet including new writing on the film by Amanda Rise and set articles from Fangoria. So, you know, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, while it's not going to be this incredible standout horror movie, I think it's going to be a fun rewatch, and I think that these releases are really important, guys, to keep these movies alive, and, you know, this movie just doesn't come on TV, you know, so if you're a horror fan and you're wanting to see the follow-up to the great The Hills Have Eyes, you know, this release is very important, so, and of course, like I say, they give these releases such a sense of class and dignity that I really appreciate. That's what I love about Arrow. You know, their releases are a few more dollars than the typical Scream Factory Blu-ray, and that's fine. I love Scream Factory. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Scream Factory at all. Like I said, they do what they do very well, and I don't want them to change. But I'm just saying I really like living in a world with Arrow. So here is the counterpart, which I think you may be able to find this version as well. The Hills Have Eyes out there. This, I don't know if it'll sell out, but I say don't wait. Go ahead and pick it up. You can also get the Steelbook of The Hills Have Eyes. So I'm Hills Have Eyes out. So that's a great release, guys. So definitely you get so much bang for your buck. So I highly recommend picking up The Hills Have Eyes Part 2 on Arrow Video Blu-ray, as well as getting the Hills Have Eyes, whether it be the Steelbook or the thick edition, as I like to call them. I'll do a community post telling you guys about the movie, or if it really moves me, I will review the movie. So Arrow Video is the best. So thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you guys next time.